Hello, Manchester United fans, and welcome to today's episode of Talks. I'm your host, DJ Samshins. Manchester United yesterday night played against Wolves and went to a 1-all draw at Old Trafford. These are some of the statistics that I saw myself in that game. Number one, we were not supposed to lose that game. That is the first thing. A point at home against Wolves, which have only had 1 point in the past 19 games, is no thing to celebrate about a point. So for me, a point for us when we lost that 1 point, when we dropped points against Wolves, I felt that there was something that was not working yesterday, and I think mainly was because many young people were introduced in that game that was not supposed to happen. I think Ruben Amorim should introduce the young lads inside the game later on, even if that is they should be introduced after we have managed to win the game. That is my point on that. And for your information, yesterday's game was a three. We wanted all the 3 points, but it was not on our way. I think we played a very shallow game. There was nothing good about yesterday's game to talk about everything. Let me talk about the first goal that we scored. Number one, we scored the first goal, which was a very good goal, which was scored by this Zaxi. Yes, Zaxi scored the first goal for Manchester United, but we were come back in the first half. We scored during the first half, and we felt that this was going to be a win for us since we had so many chances. Number one, we had the best in terms of possession. We had like 54, although that was little up to when you compare that with the team that we were playing against. Wolves have not won any game since the start of the season. They have never won. And in fact, we are the only team that have given Wolves the 2 goals that they have currently on their bag. The first goal was given to them while we were playing against them at the Molineux Stadium, and the second one they have just gotten it after they were playing Manchester United at Old Trafford. So for me, yesterday's game was not that good of a game. Number two, we lost so many chances. Benjamin Sesko had so many chances, and he lost all of them. Another person was Matthias Cunha. He had a very good chance to score, but he lost it. And the final person was Dogu, who had a chance in the final minute, and it was the referee said that it was an offside goal. Although, according to the aftermatch analysis, we found out that it was not an offside. It was just Dogu was onside. It was not an offside. So it was a good thing in the final minutes since we pressed high, but I think we needed more in that game. One thing I want to talk about is the formation that Ruben Amorim started with. In fact, during the pre-match analysis, I saw that Ruben Amorim had managed to put up a squad with a formation of 4-3-3, which was a good formation which we used against Newcastle, and we won against that. And I think he should just revert back to the formation that he's used to. That is the 3-4-2-1, which was one of the formations that he came with, and say that he's not going to change even if a gun is put to his head. So one thing I want to emphasize in yesterday's game was that Ruben Amorim tactics were not in favor of us. I think when he removed Zaxi in the 45th minute and introduced the young lad Fletcher and Lenny Oro and even Mastano, something of the sort, who was playing on the right wing, that made the game to become a little bit young, let me say. So it was not an experienced game as we were used to for Manchester United. So first thing first, let's go from the stats. So we had 15 chances towards the Wolves goal, but I think they had a very good keeper who was a short stopper and saved most of their goals. And also Senil Lamens made a very impressive game yesterday, and he also made a very good saves for us yesterday. I think we could have been beaten yesterday, and it was going to be the worst week for us as Manchester United fans. So for us to play Wolves and even Ghana as a draw at home at Old Trafford, that was the worst pain I've felt in a very long time. We wanted to finish this year with a bang and even score and become number 4, since we had already started viewing the number 4 spot very clearly after the first goal went in. So top 4 is still on our reach, but the first position is a little bit gone, since we already have like 12 points, 11 points from the first position, that is Arsenal, who won yesterday with an emphatic win. I think the Santa visited Arsenal earlier than even visited Manchester United. So it was a gift for them. So the next game that we are having is against Burnley, which is also a walkover for us. I hope this time we're going to win and even bring back all the injured lads who are out. I'm going to talk about the injured lads later on. But I think by now we should assess and check for Carlos Baleba. I think we should bring in Carlos Baleba as early as possible, as January, from tomorrow first, since the transfer window is almost opening. So Carlos Baleba is trying to prove himself in the AFCON while playing for Cameroon, and we have seen his potential very well in that inside that midfield department. For me, Carlos Baleba is going to be a game changer for us, since we know Bruno Fernandes. We cannot rely on him all through because he is prone to injury, and since he went out from hamstring injury, things have not been okay in that midfield. Casemiro has missed one game because of accumulating so many yellow cards. Another person is Kobe Mino, who was just who is injured and has a lot of issues with the coach, since he also wants to leave. I think his potential has really dropped because he has not been playing so much as often as he should, like the way he played last season. So for me, Kobe Mino is a good replacement for Bruno Fernandes. But since Bruno Fernandes and Mino are out, Ugarte and Casemiro are not the best replacements for the two. So Casemiro is a good player, I know, but Ugarte is still not that yet as a midfield for Manchester United. So yeah, that midfield department is the place where we had a lot of issues, because during the game we saw how Martinez was controlling that back and from the defensive midfielder to the striking force, but they were leaving a lot of spaces, especially during the counters. When they press forward, they forget to come back and even press ahead and even go behind the ball so that they can defend the ball as much as possible. Because I saw Mosquera was one of the guys who was terrorizing our strikers. For example, Cunha was put in the pocket because of Mosquera. Mosquera was one of the guys who was defending like with all his heart. Like he knew who to attack and even who to defend. Like Cunha was one of their former player, so they knew all his tactics and how he behaves. And Cunha was really, really traumatized by those people who are in the Wolves squad. I think by now Matthias Cunha should now strive to to bid in his prime form, because many people have tried and are coming close to know what his tactics are. And for Matthias Cunha to be understood by many people outside, it's going to be a big deal and a bad service to us, because if a player is studied by the opponent and knows all the tactics that he's going to use, and even all the footworks they've trained with them in Molineux Stadium. So Cunha played a very good role, but he was defended well by the Wolves department of defense. So let's talk about all the players now one by one. Number one is Seny Lamens. Seny Lamens in the first half played a very good role in controlling the ball from the back. Number two, he had very many saves. I think he had like 4 saves from Wolves, which were very dire saves that he needed to be removed from that angle. But all in all, Lamens played a very good role yesterday. There is this goal that he defended well with his legs. I think his reflexes are way better compared to Andre Onana. Until today, we always say that we made a mistake of bringing Andre Onana to Manchester United because it costs us a lot of goals. Although currently the rate at which Seny Lamens is conceding, I think it's not alarming to us, since we all anticipated this, because our defensive is very weak, because we don't have some few players that we were highly depending on. That is Maguire and Elite in that central defense. Uh, for that reason, Seny Lamens, I'm going to give him a 7.9 or 8 thereabout. Another person that I'm going to talk about today is Martinez, the captain himself. Martinez played a good role in controlling the game, and his discipline and also his leadership qualities were very visible in yesterday's game. I think this guy, we missed him in the game and in the football pitch, which is a very good plus for us when he comes back. So he played a very good role in terms of controlling the defense to the mid to the striking position. So his way of play is one that we had really missed for almost 10 months away from Old Trafford. When we move from Martinez, we get to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw and his left foot were well organized in that also department. They played a very good role with Martinez in that department, since the players, one was going forward, that is Luke Shaw, who was going for overlaps, and Martinez was remaining behind so that he can control the defense department perfectly well. So for Martinez and Luke Shaw, that was a very good department that they held very well. Another person that I'm going to talk is the great Aiden Heaven. Aiden Heaven, since he became a starter for Manchester United, his stats have been talking a lot. His stats are perfectly aligned with what Manchester United wanted from him. Imagine we bought him for £1 million from Arsenal. That was a perfect bargain for us against Arsenal, which we bought him at a very good price. And the way he was defending, I think he had a 90% pass accuracy. He had 7 duels won. He had so many chances that he created. In fact, he almost scored in one of the goals that during the first half. It moved from the defense ahead to the midfield and also to the striking position, which he gave us a pass to Sesko or Cunha, sorry, and Cunha gave the pass back all with a flick behind, but it was intercepted by the defenders. But after that, there was a strike that happened after that, but went over the bar. So it was a thing that we saw Eden Heaven in terms of assists. He has like 4 assists or 3 assists this seasons since he started playing for Manchester United. So it's a big deal for him to be part of that defensive department. When you get to the other side of the floor, we have Dalot. Dalot played a very slow game. I think for me, Dalot is not fit for us. Although he played the overlaps, I don't think this is what Ruben Amorim has been training Dalot to play in the formation that he has been introducing in Manchester. Dalot has been playing overlaps all through the season. He has been playing. He's not defending the ball as much as he's overlapping to the striking position. I think he got that. Sorry for that. I think he got that from the goal that he scored, and he got that momentum to even go ahead and score more and more and more. But remember, he's a defender. Defenders don't score more as much goals as possible. One thing I know about Dalot, he has very good throwing, very long throwing position. In his arms, he can throw the ball way far, and those are the things that Ruben Amorim sees in him and wants him to explore as much as possible. But those overlaps are really costing us as United, and he should be told that as early as possible. When you go from Dalo, we go to Matthias Cunha. Matthias Cunha played a good role, as I said earlier. He played a good role in terms of breaking that wall of defense from the Wolves side. Although people say that Wolves is one of the shittiest club currently in the EPL, no, it's not. The way they play with the whole heart. I think they want to evade the relegation zone with all they have, and it's a big deal for them since they've been having so many losses and even conceding so many goals. So for Cunha to deconstruct that defense, it had to put a lot of effort for him. And for Cunha, I think he was blocked a lot and he was attacked by maybe 3 defenders every time he gets a ball. And when you get to Casemiro, I've said he played a very good role. Like, I think I'm going to give Casemiro an 8. He really tried to feed Benjamin Sesko inside that final third to the opposite box, and Sesko had those chances, although he missed some of them. So for Benjamin Sesko, I think we see something. We can see something in Sesko, but it is not visible as much as we had anticipated. I think, although Sesko is way better than Gyökeres currently, because Gyökeres has 3, and Sesko has 3, and yet Sesko has been out for almost 2 months because of an injury that he had during a match in the EPL. So for us, Sesko is in good form. So another person I want us to talk about is this other guy from the right wing. So we've talked about Maino. No, Maino. Let's talk about Maino before I go to the striking force. So Maino has an ACL injury. Bruno has an hamstring injury. Matthias Delight has a lower back injury. And Beumo, Ahmad, and Nosal Mazraoui are always playing for Manchester, playing for their African teams or African nations in the AFCON tournament that is currently happening in Morocco. So we are losing a number like 6 or 7 players, which are part of the first 11 team that we always play with. So it is a big deal for us. And Bruno has an hamstring injury, which is very bad for us. We all know Bruno is the best playmaker in EPL currently for all the seasons that he has been here. This is the 6th season, and you can see that his impact is way, way felt better in the Manchester United squad. So the rotation of the squad was nothing short of pathetic. Yes, nothing went well for the substitutions and also for the rotation of players. Seko Kune was introduced in the game in the second half. He did. I think I didn't see him play as much as I anticipated. He's one of the guys who was out also on injury because he had an eye issue, issues with his eyes. I think he had gone for a surgery or so. And after he came back, he's not only in his feet. He's not fit for Manchester United currently. I think he should train as much as possible for that position to be given to him. So I talked about Lenny Yoro came in also in the second half, played a very good role, compact person, a very good defender, and also a very good defending attacker. He defends and also he attacks the ball. I think he's similar to what Aiden Heaven has been doing for Manchester United in the past 4 games that we've been playing in the EPL. So for me, Lenny Yoro is the perfect fit for Manchester United. He fits well in that squad. I think this is the project for the future, and the future looks very bright for us. I think in the next 3 years, we should see us catching that trophy and even lifting it very high as the winners of the trophy. So currently, Manchester United sits 6th in the EPL. Uh, Same points with Chelsea, who also drew yesterday, which was a good thing since they would have made us have a very bad week if they had won against Bournemouth in yesterday's game. But all in all, we are in the same position, same point, and same goals. All in all, Manchester United is better than the world champions currently. We are in their worst season. Yeah, last season we were number 15. Currently we are number 6. So it's a very big jump. It's cut by half the position that we had last season. So for me, I wish all the boys the best. Ruben Amorim, I think his formation, he should return the formation back to 3-4-3. 4-2-1, so that we can change the formation as the game is going. But if he starts with 4-3-3, the many teams are going to understand his formation as much as possible. I think he should play that formation that we used against Newcastle, that made Eddie Howe not understand what formation that Ruben Amorim had placed under the boys or the lads while they were playing. That was the best game for us. But since the game has just ended, we take the point and move forward. But a point against Wolves is the same as losing a game against Wolves. So a point is nothing to be proud of. We played a very bad game yesterday, and everyone agrees with that. Even Lisandro Martinez came back after the game during the interview and said that we are not a club that talks about draws against the 20th team in the EPL. That is the last team in the EPL. So for us, we are still number 6, a good position for us, but we can strive to get even to top 5 or top 4, top 3, top 2, and top 1, which is the only on our side. We can achieve that as if we want to. So Manchester United, number 6, that's a good position. Looking forward to more and more. So Ruben Amorim, we look forward to Burnley. I think we're going to crush Burnley with 5 goals plus, and we hope many of our players who are injured will be back, especially Kobe Mino. We miss Kobe Mino in our squad to play 90 minutes for us, which is a big deal for him. So we wish you all the best. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for the support all through this year. Thank you for the love, and the support is really immense. 2026 is going to be bigger, better, and more productive. We look forward to 2026 with more faith in our team, and also with hope that we are going to have a better season yet. We are yet to see our best season in Manchester United for the past 3 to 4 years. So thank you very much. Thank you all. God bless Kenya. God bless Manchester United. And all the best to the lads in the final season. Thank you very much. God bless.